ठीक है. Let's discuss some of the other interesting cases. Cardiology and let's neurology. Now identify the case. Huh? The cases which were discussed in Pharmac, we're going to discuss the other cases which are remaining. So that, but of course, the cases need to be. Yes. Let's go to cardiology first. Yes. 35 years old man. 35 years old man. 35 years old man complaining about exertional breathlessness. It is a young man, 35 years old man complaining about what is exertional breathlessness? Breathlessness which is coming upon exertion since last 1 year. Since last 1 year, exertional breathlessness since last 1 year. Now remember, this breathlessness is associated with cough, cough and breathlessness, cough as well as breathlessness. And this particular breathlessness is, remember we discussed about grades of breathlessness, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. Grade 4 is the maximum severe. This is the grade 2 breathlessness. Grade 2, that means breathlessness is only on more than normal activity. That means walking, running and all those things. What is grade 4 breathlessness? Breathlessness at rest. That is what is grade 4 breathlessness. So 35 years old man complaining about exertional breathlessness since last 1 year. Since last 1 year. Associated with cough. So primarily the symptoms are cough and breathlessness in last 1 year. Breathlessness is of grade 2. Now there is no fever. There is no unknown case of, primarily we think about is a COPD, right? Cough and breathlessness. But COPD, is it common in 35 years of age group? Less common. But of course it can be possibility. Now this cough and breathlessness is continuous. That means there is no, this cough and breathlessness is continuous. That means symptoms of cough and breathlessness are daily symptoms. Are daily symptoms. Symptoms are every day. 35 years old man complaining about cough and breathlessness, a continuous type of breathlessness. A continuous type of breathlessness. Eh? No fever, no history of known case of COPD. Patient is not a smoker. Because first thing we think of, so remember when the patient comes with cough and breathlessness, the first thing we need to rule out is cardiac cough or respiratory cough. So the next history I'm going to ask about to rule out respiratory cough. Now what are the respiratory causes of this type of cough since last 1 year? Commonest thing is COPD. COPD can give rise to cough as well as breathlessness. Now what should we be asking if the patient, you are supposed to rule out COPD in history? What are we supposed to ask? COPD is more common in males than females. He is a male. COPD common etiology is chronic smoking. This patient is not a smoker. No smoking. Remember, COPDs are common in smokers. This patient job is, he is having an office work. Why we are asking job? Because COPDs are common in particular jobs also. Like for example, working in a chemical factory or maybe working as a traffic havaldar or minings and all those. He has got an office work. He has got an office work. So this is ruled out. Patient is not a case of COPD. Because if COPD would have been the cause, patient would have been a chronic smoker. Or remember, only two symptoms here. Cough and breathlessness. Cough and breathlessness, a grade 2 breathlessness since last 1 year is a chronic etiology. To rule out respiratory, I was asking about no history of smoking, no history of any particular jobs associated with that. Can it be case of an asthma also? 1 year, asthma, cough and breathlessness possibility. But in asthma, The symptoms will be coming and going. This is a type of continuous breathlessness. So, asthma, the symptoms are seasonal asthma, right? In particular season, the patient is going to have been more symptomatic. So, this is a continuous type of cough. So, I don't think it is a case of in COPD also. A case of COPD also. So, what can be done? Now, when we go to the details about, and also in COPD, cough will be what? The sputum will be what color? Or amount of sputum will be what? Remember, discuss about all types of sputum: white sputum, green color sputum, yellow sputum, and all those things. So, in this particular case, if it is a COPD, what would be the color of the sputum? The white color, and the amount will be adequate amount, not only copious amount. In this case, sputum is frothy sputum. What is frothy sputum because of? Frothy sputum because of? Frothy sputum. Frothy sputum is always because of pulmonary edema. Why pulmonary edema produces frothy sputum? Pulmonary edema मध्ये काय झालंय? Around the alveoli there is more fluid, right? It is not in the alveoli, but around the alveoli there is more fluid. Now that fluid comes in the alveoli, and alveoli has got already air. So air and fluid mix to form a froth. So remember, also patient also has got sometimes a pink color, pink frothy sputum, typical pink frothy sputum because of pulmonary edema. Pulmonary edema. So, as a middle-aged man complaining about 1 year exertional breathlessness, grade 2, a continuous type of breathlessness, no history of smoking, no history of any other office work, sputum is pink and frothy. So, I'm going to pulmonary edema. Why should there be a pulmonary edema? This cough, remember again, when we ask more clinically, this cough and breathlessness is more in the night. Remember, everything gives you the clue to the diagnosis. Everything in this case gives you a clue to the diagnosis. This cough and breathlessness is more in the night. And sometimes, because of the cough and breathlessness, he has to get up in the middle of the night. He has to get up in the middle of the night. And he says that he cannot sleep in a supine position or maybe a supine position. He becomes more breathless during the supine position. He becomes more breathless in supine position. So he has to, remember, these are the very typical symptoms. We don't require any other investigation to rule out certain things here. He has to get up in the middle of the night. He is more breathless in the supine position, and he is so much breathless that he has to take 3 to 4 pillows and sleep in a recumbent position like this. He has to take 3 to 4 pillows, and then he can sleep in the recumbent or maybe prone recumbent position, right? In this particular position, he is comfortable. In this particular position, he is comfortable. He is comfortable more in the propped up position. This is what is called propped up position. Propped up position. What is the symptom called as? More breathless in the supine position, comfortable in this. I heard about orthopnea. Cardiology. This is what is an orthopnea. What is orthopnea? Breathlessness more in a supine position and comfortable in. You see, some of the patients always sleep in this particular position, or they either sleep sitting like this and like the way we sit in the or sleep in the classroom. They are more comfortable in this. They are when they go supine position, they become more breathless. They become more breathless. Remember, a young patient complaining about all these things. Complaining about all these things. So about the history, patient is 35 years old, 1 year cough and breathlessness, continuous breathlessness. We have ruled out respiratory causes. Sputum is frothy, so I am coming to pulmonary edema as one of the cause. Cough is more in the night. This is what is called as, have you heard about PNDs, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspneas? PND. This is what is PND. Paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. Paroxysmal in the sense sudden. Nocturnal in the sense in the night. Dyspnea is breathlessness. So he has to get up in the middle of the night and being a more breathless at that particular time. So this is what is paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. This is orthopnea. So in the history, this is enough for now. What would be the cause of cough in this case? The respiratory causes are ruled out. The other cause, pulmonary edema. This is the cardiac cough. This is the cough originated by heart. Let me go to the investigation or maybe on examination. Then the condition is fair. Pulse is 100 per minute. Blood pressure is 140 by 90. Afebrile. No pallor, icterus, cyanosis or lymphadenopathy. In this case, I am going to examine respiratory cardiovascular both because there are two major causes of cough: the respiratory cough and the cardiac cough. So in this case, respiratory system, air entry was bilaterally equal. But what I was able to hear is the basis of the lungs, crepitations, has got more crepitations. Basal creps it is called, and those are the inhalation sound, exhalation sound. Creps are inhalation. Wheeze is exhalation. Creps are inhalation. Wheeze is exhalation. Cardiovascular system, S1, S2 is normal. S1, S2 is normal. Along with S1, S2, what am I supposed to hear is something called as S3 gallop sometimes can be heard. But in this case, typically what I am hearing is a diastolic murmur. Diastolic murmur. I am coming to what exactly and how can we identify the diastolic murmurs. How can we identify diastolic murmur? Remember, it's a very typical case, very typical and very common case rather. Other systems are normal. Other systems are normal. Remember, every word of this can be dissected to find something. A young man, continuous exertional breathlessness, grade 2, that is a mild variety. Respiratory causes are ruled out. Prothesputum, that means now this prothesputum is corresponding to this basal crepitations. Why? Because this patient, remember, pulmonary edemas are more in the lower zones of the lungs. Why? Because of the gravity. Water gravitates down. So lower zones of the lung has got crepitations because of pulmonary. Why should there be a pulmonary edema in a young patient? What we also hear is a diastolic murmur. What is diastolic murmur? How will you identify diastolic murmur? When will it be heard? Between S1, S2 physiology and or S2 and the next S1. When will it be heard? See, remember, what is S1 because of? AV walls. What is S2 because of? Closure of the AV wall. That means mitral and tricuspid. S2 is because of what? Semilunar walls. Aortic and pulmonary. When does AV wall close? When the ventricle contracts or ventricle relaxes? When the ventricles start contracting at the beginning of contraction to prevent backflow of the blood into the atria, AV wall closes. This is a mitral wall, this is a tricuspid wall. When the ventricles start contracting, that time this wall will close, right? To prevent backflow into the atria. So S1 is heard when? At the beginning of systole. The physiology. S1 is heard at the बरोबर की नहीं? S2 is heard beginning of when ventricle starts relaxing. What happens? Right ventricle has pushed the blood into pulmonary trunk. Left ventricle has pushed the blood into aorta. When the ventricle starts relaxing, To prevent backflow, aortic wall and pulmonary wall closes. Beginning of diastole, right? So what is between S1 and S2? Ventricular systole, ventricular diastole. Between S1 and S2, systole. When you hear S1 and S2, what is between S1 and S2? Systole. S2 and the next S1. So if you hear something between S2 and the next S1, that is a diastolic murmur. If you hear something in between S1 and S2, that is systolic murmur. That is a systolic murmur. So in this case, I was able to hear a diastolic murmur. That means here between S2 and the next S1. That means how will it be heard? Systolic murmurs are heard like this. Lub sh dub. Lub sh dub. Lub dub is first and second, right? Lub sh dub is systolic. Lub dub sh is what? Diastolic murmur. Of course, you require good stethoscope. Wax in the ear to be removed. And require a quiet atmosphere. And require heart rate to be less. Tachycardia we cannot appreciate that much. So, the diastolic murmur, basal crepitations, chronic cough, exertional breathlessness gives rise to one very typical, very common diagnosis. Pulmonary edema. Remember, most common cause of diastolic murmur is mitral valve stenosis. Will mitral stenosis produce diastolic murmur? Mitral stenosis. The mitral valve is not opening properly. Stenosis is what? Difficulty in opening or narrowing. Or what is regurgitation? Difficulty in closing. So mitral stenosis means mitral valve is not opening properly. When should it open? During ventricular systole or diastole? See, it opens to fill up the ventricles. That means ventricular. So mitral stenosis का murmur will be heard in the diastole. Mitral regurgitation का murmur will be heard. Ventricle तभी ऊपर जाएगा ना blood. Remember the phases of cardiac cycle. It's very easy to understand. Mitral stenosis is diastolic murmur. Mitral regurgitation is systolic murmur. This systolic murmur. So this patient, looking at the diastolic murmurs, this is a case of a valvular disorder. Remember, exertional dyspnea and now what can be the now can it be congestive heart failure also? But sir, young patient congestive heart failure is less common. Remember in the cardiac lecture we learned initially there is an hypertension, then becomes an ischemic heart disease, then becomes an MI, one or two episodes of MI, then produces congestive heart failure. In this case, is a young patient. What is the most common cause of mitral stenosis in a young patient? Is it a genetic cause? Valvular disorders can be genetic, but can it be a genetic cause? In this case, if it is genetic, the symptoms are earlier. This is an acquired, and most common cause of acquired is what? Rheumatic heart disease. Rheumatic valvular heart disorders. RHD. This patient, when the history is being taken properly, he will definitely say that in childhood he had some heart problem for which he has received some injections. Rheumatic heart disease study काय देतात ती लोक? No, rheumatic heart disease is because of streptococcal infection, post streptococcal infection. And coming, we have one more case, that is a child having rheumatic heart disease. Is a post streptococcal infection. Streptococcal infection होने के बाद जो antibody produce होता है, that antibodies are damaging the heart. So rheumatic heart disease in the childhood is because of streptococci. और ये जो valve जो inflame हो रहा है, in the adulthood produces fibrosis, and this becomes mitral stenosis later on. In the adulthood, so it is a mitral stenosis because of childhood rheumatic heart disease. Childhood rheumatic heart disease. So remember, young people, why 35 years old? क्योंकि rheumatic heart disease उसको बचपन से है. Remember, any chronic inflammation of the heart or any chronic inflammation of any other organ produces what? Fibrosis. So here the valve में जो inflammation हो रहा है because of rheumatic heart disease has turned out to be mitral stenosis. fibrosis of the mitral valves. Mitral stenosis. The diagnosis is confirmed by diastolic murmur. Why basal crepitations in this case? Why pulmonary edema? Think about it. Why pulmonary edema? Remember, mitral valve is not opening properly. So first thing will be what? Left atrium will dilate. क्योंकि ये खाली होगा नहीं ना. So what will happen to the pulmonary veins? Will be back pressure changes, right? Pulmonary veins will be congested to produce pulmonary. Huh? The gravity. Yeah, because of the gravity. Pulmonary edema is the more basal because of basal crepitations, because of the basal exertional breathlessness, and because the valvular disorder doesn't change with the season or something like that. So because of that, it is a continuous type. There is no remissions and exacerbations. There is no remissions or exacerbations. Age, history, ischemic heart disease में murmur नहीं मिलेगा. Ischemic heart disease is going to have chest pain. There is no chest pain here. Ischemic heart disease can be exertional what? Not breath, along with breathlessness, patient is going to have main symptom क्या आएगा? Pain, precordial pain, angina pectoris. This patient has got no history of any other thing, no diabetes mellitus, no hypertension. See, we'll have to think about an etiology first. Young age without any cardiac problem, if we're going to have cardiac symptoms, can be because of non-ischemic heart disorders. Can be because of non-ischemic heart disorder. Because ischemic heart disorder, you're going to have chest pain. Age will be what? 50s. A known case of what? Diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, and all those things. So remember, what will you do to confirm your diagnosis? Remember, valvular heart disorders confirmed by 2D echocardiography, because that is what ultrasound of the heart gives you the diagnosis about kitna, how much is the valve diameter, how much is the chamber diameter, how much is the chamber diameter. What do they exactly do in this case? क्या कर सकते? They open the. Remember, valvular heart disorders are treated by, if it is an stenosis, anyone, it is treated by valvotomy. In this case, mitral valve is not opening properly, so they insert the balloon in that and they inflate the balloon. So the mitral valve का fiber जो है वो break होता है. It's only called balloon mitral valvotomy. Balloon mitral valvotomy. Balloon mitral valvotomy. And if it is a regurgitation, treated by valve replacement. Regurgitations are treated by valve replacements. Is there any point in giving medical management in this case? Medical management करेंगे क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं? There's a structural problem, right? So we require to correct the structural deformity. For symptomatic relief क्या कर सकते हैं? So why is the breathlessness? Because of pulmonary edema, right? So can you give something for pulmonary edema? To reduce the edema, what do they give? Diuretics, Pharmax. They give Lasix, diuretics, so that the extra fluid will be washed out. Extra fluid will be washed out. They give very commonly. For symptomatic relief, they can give, but the structural problem of the heart will not be solved by any medical therapies. Any medical therapy. So, what gave you the clue to the diagnosis? Diastolic murmur as well as basal crepitations, as well as a young patient. What will happen down the road अगर इसको treat नहीं किया तो? This stenosis is going to increasing more and more. If you see the 2D echocardiography, this patient will have a mild stenosis. Normal diameter of the mitral valve is 6 centimeters square, or surface area of the valve is 6 centimeters square. If it is 4, it is mild. If it is 2, it is moderate. If it is 1, it is severe. If the inflammation is more, if the fibrosis is more, it's going to increase the stenosis, and that's going to create more and more. So ये जो grade 2 है, that will become grade 3, grade 4, right? Because the pressure, the pulmonary edema is going to get increased. Pulmonary edema is going to increase. Huh? Huh? That is what is an important one. Why? Think about physiology. Why the cough was more in the night, or why he was not comfortable in the sleeping position? So see what is happening. It is the left atrium is giving back pressure to the lungs, right? So what happens in the supine position? Blood coming to the heart is more or less? Blood coming towards the heart. Gravity effect is not there, right? So blood coming towards the heart is more. If the patient is standing like this, blood coming, because of the gravity, it will go away from the heart, right? Whereas the supine position, blood coming to the heart is more. So where is the blood coming to? Right atrium. तो राइट एट्रियम को ज्यादा ब्लड मिल रहा है, राइट? राइट एट्रियम में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. It's pushing the blood to right ventricle. Right ventricle pushing the blood to lungs. लेकिन lungs में से तो ड्रेन नहीं हो रहा है ना. So congestion increases in the lungs in the supine position because the blood coming to the heart is more. नहीं समझला? नहीं. नहीं समझला? When a standing position, blood is getting gravitated down. In a cardiac patient, remember, as such the circulation is not that proper because that edemas are more common in a standing position. Congestive heart failure में edema कभी रहता ज़्यादा? In the evenings than mornings because they have a poor circulation. So in a sleeping position, blood coming to the heart is more, gravity doesn't. So right atrium is full, right ventricle is full. दोनों में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So this is going to push all the blood to the lungs. पल्मोनरी ट्रंक से कहाँ जाएगा? लंग्स में. लेकिन लंग्स से तो वेन में आएगा नहीं ना, क्योंकि ये कंजेस्टेड है. So there is increasing congestion in the lungs in a supine position because blood coming towards the heart is more. That is what is PND is. Because of that he recumbent position. क्यों? Blood coming to the heart is less because the gravity works. Because of the gravity. Because of that, huh? Sleeping night time. Because of pulmonary edema. It's a cardiac cough, right? More is the pulmonary edema. More is the cough. More is the cough. Because these two symptoms are typical of what? Left heart failure. If he sleeps in the morning, there will be in the morning. But its typically name is what? Paroxysmal nocturnal dyspneas, PNDs, and orthopneas. Paroxysmal nocturnal dyspneas and orthopneas. These are the features of left heart failure. Remember that. Left ventricular failure. If left ventricle fails, there is a pulmonary edema, as well as cardiac cough. So medical management has got less role in this particular case. So what is symptomatically we can give. To reduce the cardiac load. Symptomatically we can give to reduce the cardiac load. Let's take another case of